can't believe we've only found one thing so far. We've got a long road ahead of us still. I can't believe we've only found one thing so far. We've got a long road ahead of us still. Somebody's got short-term memory loss. Hello, beautiful people of the world. Once again to you, and welcome back to Let's Play Splatoon 2 Octo Expansion. In the previous episode, we found the first Thang on line B. And in today's episode, we're continuing on our adventures through this line with Gnarly grindage, Righteous Rail Station. This level, oh no. Ah boy, this one's gonna be tough. Please destroy all 30 target crates. If you miss even a single one, you won't be able to proceed. Oh, and if you take any damage, the test will end, so take care. Destroy all the 30 crates before the timer runs out. Good luck! Alright, so this is a tricky one. Basically what you want to do, you want to destroy all the boxes, and you pretty much only get one chance at doing so. So you definitely want to be careful. So let's head over here, destroy this box, because that's kind of the whole point of this challenge. And boy, be careful on the moving Octo washers. That's an adorable name for an enemy Octo washer. Alright, let's head over here. There's some power eggs right there if you want them. It's probably useful to grab them whenever you can. Not entirely required. Also, I love the jumping animation that Agent 8 does when she jumps around on these ink rails. It's just so cute. I've praised Agent 8 plenty of times, and she definitely deserves it all. She's like the most adorable character in this entire series. And now she's dead. Alright, back to where we were a moment ago. This is literally our last chance before we get a game over, so that's kind of depressing. But we can do this. We have the powers to destroy everything if we have cookies. And I want a cookie, so that's going to be my reward after I'm done recording this video. Alright, so let's go over here. Leave no boxes behind. Destroy that one. Watch out for the Octo washers. Ah boy, this is getting a little tricky. And I gotta concentrate again, but I still gotta do commentary because that's the whole point of Let's Playing. Yeah, boy, I gotta say, these were honestly some of the levels that I was honestly the most worried about when it came to record this Let's Play. Yeah, we did it! We did it! With only 1 life to spare! Yay! Oh, I always get super nervous during those levels, but we did it! The powers of cookies prevailed! You have now unlocked 6 lines. You can view them on the Deep Sea Metro map. None of the 4 things can be found here. Try searching on a different line. I like to offer you a reward because that's what I do. So this right here is kind of like the epitome of just how open this really is, because even though we're going on a bit of a linear way of completing Octo Expansion by going 1 line at a time, you have a lot of options right now. You can go through these levels, you can go off and explore the lines on the far right over there. We can even see where another thing is located right now. Technically speaking, you only have to complete the 4 things to beat this level, to beat Octo Expansion. But, like I said earlier in the Let's Play, this is going to be 100%, so let's keep on going. You may rely on it to fly 8 ball station and destroy all the bumpers before the timer runs out. Please destroy all the ball bumpers before time runs out. Use the right switch to move it right, and the left switch to move it left. But I'm only playing on 1 switch. I have to get another switch to play this? I'm just kidding. This one is honestly a little bit weird. This is a fun idea and all. It's kind of like that one... oh god, what's that game called? I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but it's kind of like that one game where you break all those bricks and things like that. I don't have the caption on screen of the game that I'm thinking about, but... yeah, it's kind of like that in a way. It's really cool and all, and I do like the idea of it. It's just a little bit weird. Not weird in a bad way, but a bit different than what we've seen so far during Octo expansion. Alright. No, we went too far to the right. Come on. Alright, come on, come on, come on, come on. Let's do this. Okay, one more. One more. One more. One more. You're going to the right. No, don't go right. Go right. Go left. Left. Go that way. Cheat that way. No, you're on the wrong way. George, what are you doing? George, George, George. There we go. That's a really fun level. It can be a little bit intimidating at first, getting used to a different kind of control system than we were used to, but it's still a pretty fun level. You won't have a main weapon this time, so proceed with caution. That said, feel free to dispatch your foes with curling bombs. You can adjust how far your curling bomb will go by pressing and holding the R button. This level is awesome! So, like Sea Cucumber said a moment ago, we don't have a main weapon to work with this time around, but we do have the super amazing powers of curling bombs. So, this is one that does a really great job of teaching you how to effectively use a curling bomb, while also introducing some interesting platforming elements with it, if that makes any sense, which it probably doesn't, because I'm bad at commentary. So, yeah, you definitely want to use your curling bombs sparingly, because you can't use them as often as a regular weapon. So you want to be careful. Activate this, and go this way. Okay, that's good. You can bounce off of the... can I? No. Alright, fine, we'll refill our ink tank. You can bounce off the curling bomb off the walls over there, which is definitely going to be useful. And watch out for this area, because, oh my goodness gracious, with gravy, this can be very intimidating for a first time playthrough. But luckily, this isn't my first time playing through this. There's an ink refill, which is definitely going to be useful, because like we saw a moment ago, those things really do consume your ink pretty fast. Alright, we activated that. And now we can go this way. That's quite precisely exactly what I would have done myself. You can throw curling bombs a short distance by holding the R button. Alright. Definitely be careful over here because of these little jerks. Jump over them as they go across. Oh, come on. Owie, that was rude. That was rude. Why didn't I jump on top of that? Okay, I love the rest of this level, but I don't like this last part because the jumping can be really weird. So, let's try this again. Hopefully this time not fail. There we go! Oh my goodness. We finally did it. Test passed! Exclamation point. And the last level we'll be playing this time around is another Magic 8 Ball level. So let's go with this one because it's the recommended one. We haven't really done a whole lot of recommended weapons in a little while. So let's go over here. I'm going to ignore the rest of Sea Cucumber's dialogue. Alright. Oh, no. This is a blaster weapon. Why did I choose a blaster weapon? Blaster on level 23. Except we're not on level 23. This could be your level 23 if you planned it properly, but we didn't. I don't know where I'm going with this. But anyway, let's destroy this guy. I don't like using blaster weapons. The thing is, weapons like this where you have to match the button, I've noticed that the controller picks up the microphone a little bit more often than when I'm using a blaster weapon in particular. Like, really more so anything that involves button mashing, like a Brawler or something like that, but it really is more apparent with the blaster. Okay, so we haven't quite seen George yet in this area, so let's be careful. Oh, those things! Okay, I always love those little puzzles where it's like the the metal bar thingies, and you twist them a certain way to get them to be disconnected. I always love those puzzles. Man, all the stuff in the background of these levels are giving me all kinds of nostalgia. It took a moment, but we eventually managed to destroy all the Octarians on this tower. Mwahaha, shall fear my awesomeness. We probably want to go back up here and use another bomb launcher to ink the tower. That might be a good idea. Probably not going to get very far using just a blaster to destroy that. But luckily, that's what we have this thing for. So yay! Let's go over here. Can you stop turning so that I can destroy the wall? Alright, key spotted. And we're gonna jump directly into the line of fire because that's always the best way to do combat stuff in this game. Alright, we are trapped in the ink. We can go behind you, and we can pick up the key. You got a small key. You could open a locked door. Good old Link's Awakening. I'm so happy that your game is on Switch. Okay, I could talk about that for a long time, but I'm not going to because, like I said, I could talk about that for a very long time, and this is not the time and place to do that. Maybe some other day, just not today. What we are going to be talking about today is George! George! Wow. You were really in a hurry to get off the platform at that point, George. Okay. Let's try this again. I know we've had our disagreements in the past, George. And let's just work through our differences and give the people what they want. Now, I know what the people usually want is for me to fail at these things, but that's not the thing we want to do this time. Maybe some other day, just not today. Okay, we'll be escorting George back over here. And this is one thing that I really like about this level in particular is we get to know the layout of this area before we actually mess around with the 8-ball. And then we find the 8-ball later down the line, and now we're escorting it back to the start. We didn't really see that a whole lot with the other 8-ball levels. We just usually started with the 8-ball and then just worked from there. But I really like how they did it with this level in particular. I don't know why, I just always did. Alright, let's wait for an opportunity to present itself, and that opportunity is now. Except not, because George just loves falling off platforms. It's okay, George, I forgive you. Let's try this again. Aha! George just wanted to be unnecessarily epic that time around. That's what he was trying to do. And we did it! Yay! And that's going to be it for the Octo expansion portion of this video, so I'm going to meet you guys in the magical land of the imaginary save file. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to the magical land of imaginary save file. Today we're playing it through the reef on tower control, but we're doing things a little bit differently this time around, because rather than doing it in the traditional tower control, we're going to be doing this 1v1 versus the James rolls. So before I say anything else, I would just like to say thank you for helping me record this footage, and now I should explain why we're doing this. So I'm not always going to have time to be able to record footage for this game. So if I want to be able to meet my goal of showing off every single stage in every mode, then there are going to be times where I have to do something like this, where I'll have to ask a friend to help me record footage for this game. So just keep that in mind as we continue on through Octo expansion. But now that that's out of the way, let's discuss the weapons this time around. So this time around, we'll be talking about a new style of weapon, the blaster. Except it's not new because it was in the original game. So a blaster weapon works a bit differently than the traditional shooter. Rather than continuously firing, it will fire an explosion that goes off at a certain distance, and if the opponent gets caught in that explosion, then more often than not, it will be an instant splat. So, wow, that ended way faster than I remember. Yeah, I'm not very good at tower control, and James absolutely loves it. I don't understand why, but he loves tower control for some reason. But anyway, that's not important right now. The important part right now is the weapons we talked about this time around. We'll be discussing 3 weapon classes. The traditional blaster, a Luna blaster, and a range blaster. So, traditional blaster is as basic as you could possibly go with these kind of things. It does high damage, especially within the blast radius of, especially if it's a direct hit with the explosion thing. But it's definitely better used for close range combat and has slow firing rate. So, before I go any further, I just gotta say, I don't really like blasters that much, so I'm not going to have a whole lot to talk about when it comes to the weapons themselves. The reason why I don't really like blasters that much is because I don't really do a whole lot of one-on-one combat against other Inklings or Octolings or anything like that. I prefer being the guy that covers the ink while everybody else focuses on fighting and things like that. Might not be the best strategy in the world, but that's what I personally do, and it seems to be working so far. Except not in this particular game. So, yeah, I don't really like using blasters that much because they're definitely built more for combat than anything else. So, the traditional blaster, like we said a moment ago, has high damage at close range and has a slow firing rate. Slow fire rate is pretty much going to be the common trend you'll see through all blaster weapons, so just keep that in mind. The 3 types of blasters, there's the traditional one, the custom blaster, and a hero blaster replica. Your traditional blaster is unlocked at level 5 and it comes with Toxic Mist and Splashdown. The custom blaster is unlocked at level 27 though, and that comes with an auto bomb and an ink jet. The hero blaster replica is honestly kind of lame. It's unlocked at exactly the same level as traditional blaster. Even if you beat Octo Canyon before you go into online multiplayer, you still have to wait till you're level 5 before you can even use it, which is kind of lame. And it doesn't even have a different weapons or anything like that. It's pretty much exactly the same as a traditional blaster, and it even comes with Toxic Mist and Splashdown, just like the original one. So there's really not much of a reason to use that one. So unless you're crazy like me and you want to get every single hero replica weapon, then it's really not worth it. The next class is a Luna Blaster. This is a high damage, close range, and has a bit of a faster firing rate than a traditional blaster. There's 3 versions, a Luna Blaster Neo, and a Kensa Luna Blaster. Luna Blaster comes with Splat Bomb and a Baller, is unlocked level 19. The Luna Blaster Neo comes with an Ink Mine and a Suction Bomb Launcher, unlocked at level 24. Before I say anything else, I gotta say, whenever I see the word Neo, I can't help but think of that character from Ruby, because she's like one of my favorite characters in the entire show. But anyway, the Kensa Luna Blaster is brand new to Splatoon 2. It comes with a Fizzy Bomb and an Ink Storm, and is unlocked at level 26. I would probably use this one if I had to choose between the 3 Luna Blasters, simply because the fact that the Fizzy Bomb is awesome, but I don't main a whole lot of weapons that use it. Next up is the Range Blaster. The shots travel much further than the other ones, but it has a slower firing rate and it consumes ink like crazy. So you definitely want to be careful when using this one. There are 3 versions, just like the other ones. There's a Range Blaster, which comes with a Suction Bomb and an Ink Storm, and is unlocked at level 14. The custom Range Blaster comes with a Curling Bomb and a Bubble Blower, so it's unlikely the best one because it comes with bubbles. Unlocked at level 18. And the Green Range Blaster. Ooh, spooky. It comes with Burst Bombs and Tentamissiles, level 23. So this is probably the one that I would main if I had to choose a blaster, because the Range Blaster is the one that I have the most experience with when it comes to playing online. Although there is another blaster which we'll be talking about in the next episode, which might be a little bit better than this one. But of all these, the Grim Range Blaster sounds the most appealing because Burst Bombs is my personal favorite sub-weapon, and Tentamissiles are really, really good. But Custom Range Blaster also sounds pretty good too, because there's a Curling Bomb and a Bubble Blower, so that's also pretty nice. Those are all the weapons we'll be talking about in today's video, so now let's talk about what we're actually doing in this video in terms of the online matches. So, for those of you who've been paying attention, we didn't actually do any online multiplayer in the previous episode. There really wasn't a good reason why we did that, I just didn't feel like editing in any additional online footage during that video, so that's the reason why it doesn't exist. So, because we missed out on one video, what we'll be doing is that in this video, we're going to have 3 online matches rather than 2, and we'll have the same happen for the next episode as well. So we're going to be all caught up on progress throughout the online matches. Let's see if we can do it. Can we take back the lead at the last minute? We're going into overtime. Can we do it? No, we cannot. You probably saw that one coming, didn't you? And the final match we'll be playing in today's video is Kelp Dome on Rainmaker. Now, this is one that I'm admittedly a little bit confused on whether or not we've actually shown this yet or not. Now, technically I could go back through the Let's Play playlist, but we're already like 40 episodes into the series, so that'll take a little while to do, and I don't feel like it, so... The reason why I'm confused about this is because on my notes it says that we already did this, but I don't think we did. I don't remember us doing this in a traditional online mode. Maybe I wrote that after recording this footage. I don't remember off the top of my head though. But for those of you who've watched the first Let's Play of Splatoon, you should probably know that I have a lot of fond memories playing Rainmaker on Kelp Dome. Except when stuff like that happens where James is able to predict what I'm doing because he knows my strategies in this game. So let's go over this way, and I don't know why I'm saying that because it's post-commentary, so it's not like, wow. I don't usually squid bag, but... wow, I don't usually squid bag, but that's actually kind of funny. Alright, so... There's not really a whole lot left to talk about, because we already talked about every single weapon we'll be doing in this video. There are 3 more blaster weapons, we'll talk about all of them in the next episode. Maybe more if I feel like it, but that's not exactly likely, because I have a specific, mindset for how I'm going to be discussing weapons. So, while we go through this area, I guess I can talk a little bit more about strategies for playing this particular match. So, Rainmaker on Kelp Dome is probably my favorite stage to play Rainmaker on. Not just because I have fond memories of the first game, but because these grades in general, they just offer a lot of fun strategies for you to play. So, you can choose to go straight on and have your teammates follow you around, things like that. To get to the goal or stuff like that, or just things like that, and I'm saying that way too often. I also like using the hammer right there because it can be a little bit of a mean splat, admittedly. One thing I will say is that this is one of those matches that can definitely either take a really long time or it could be over very quickly because the path from the Rainmaker starting point to the goal is it's pretty short. It's probably one of the shortest ones in the entire game, to be completely honest. So if you know what you're doing, you can easily beat this in less than like 20 or 30 seconds or something like that. I've seen games end really fast, so yeah, this is definitely one that I have a lot of fond memories with playing on Rainmaker. There's also a really fun stage to play Clam Blitz as well. I don't think we've seen that yet, but in general, Kelp Dome is just a really fun stage. I absolutely love this one. Having the Octo brush probably wasn't the most ideal weapon to bring into this match, because it does take a little bit to destroy the shield, so you probably want to have a faster firing weapon. The thing about Rainmaker is that choosing your weapons on this mode is a little bit different than choosing it on Turf War, because you want to have a good weapon that can take you to the base pretty quickly, but you also want to have a good weapon that can destroy the Rainmaker shield fast. So that's just something that I personally noticed when playing through this mode. I guess in that sense, Octo Brush is a pretty good weapon because it can make you travel around pretty quickly. Although Link Brush could also be a good weapon with that too. Definitely Blink Curling Bombs. Curling Bombs are pretty awesome on Rainmaker. But now that we've taken care of all that, we're ending this video off here. So thank you all so much for watching this episode of Splatoon 2 Octo Expansion. And next time, later gear to you. Oh yeah.